Yes, I'd like to know. I called 911 to report police brutality and misconduct and criminal activity repeatedly over and over, year to year, state to state, and they came to threaten my arrest to keep me from reporting that. And they've arrested me almost 30 times with no accountability in different states. They're blackballing me from safety.
What's the address that you're at?
I'm at the Starbucks at the Pike, and I have not been able to flee a domestic violence crisis that police are aiding and abetting and conspiring with. They cut off all my lifelines, years.
Okay, so what is it you're calling 911 for?
To police aiding and abetting the domestic violence crisis. You can call for domestic violence, and it's even more serious when law enforcement aids and abets it and threatens your arrest for trying to flee for years, and even with assaults. Do they have a free reign of terror and not have accountability? Do they have are they above the law enforcement?
So what is it that's going on today that you call 911?
Yes.
You're at
Police are
Starbucks.
cutting off my food supply. I'm in a domestic violence crisis that they're aiding and abetting, and they just did it. And they've been doing it for years. They're cutting off lifelines and crisis help to flee abuse they're enlisted in.
So how can I help you today?
What's your employee ID? And they're hacking my phone, which is federal charges to stay free. And I've been defrauded out of funds, so those are federal felony charges
Okay,
by con artists.
My ID number.
Yeah, so those are federal felony charges too, by allowing con artists to hack my phone that have defrauded me out of funds, so they don't get accountability for their actions, having me call actors, knowing nobody would ever believe my story. So then when I try to get services, every place I go networks me to call these same con artists that have defrauded me out of funds and help them cover their tracks.
So do you want my ID number still?
I do.
11712.
Right, but here's the thing, that I tried to report a domestic violence crisis that the government has made illegal for me to flee, and has threatened my arrest and actually arrested me numerous times. They scammed that they came out here repeatedly over and over in numerous other locations, and they don't know why they came as the alibi for their crimes.
Did you already make a report?
No, they came and threatened my arrest to sabotage the report because they're behind why businesses won't violate my rights.
Where did this happen at?
The Starbucks and the Pike, and now they're scamming so I can't be at the Pike to cut off my lifelines.
I'm asking you where the domestic violence happened.
You just now, police aid and abetted. I live in this area, and they've cut off my food supplies state to state, city to city, in corruption. They're cutting off my food supply, access to bathrooms, and any kind of ability, my lifelines.
So the domestic violence happened today?
Right, by law enforcement.
That's not domestic violence.
They're aiding and abetting it because they're taking bribes from my abuser. They're aiding and abetting it and helping him in his abuse.
That's not considered domestic violence.
Oh, okay. So if my abuser is bribing law enforcement, what is it?
No, I'm asking you, did you already make an initial report?
No, they threatened my arrest to cover their tracks. They've done this years. They've actually arrested me with assaults in other jurisdictions.
So you were at the Starbucks and asked to leave?
No, I call the police on the Starbucks because businesses scheme to violate my rights to people that I don't even know. They tell me to get out, and I don't know them. It's a violation of my rights. There's somebody's lashing out by violating my rights at these locations that I frequent. If I like a place and I go there and it's important to me, they'll scam so I can't be there, cutting off my lifeline. I'm anemic and I get coffee, and they've cut off all the coffee. They see how coffee energizes me, and they're cutting off my coffee supply and food supply as they've done years. And they're cutting off my access to bathrooms and threatening my arrest to enforce it, like they've done years and actually arrested me numerous times. So I called to report illegal actions by law enforcement and criminal activity over and over again, how they're having civilians take the fall for their crimes, and they came to remove me and told me I'd go to jail if I didn't leave. So I couldn't report them.
Okay, so if the business tells you to leave...
That's not what's happening. I'm not being heard. Law enforcement is abusing power and authority to keep me from places violating my rights. Why won't anyone take that report all these years?
That's not a crime, man. Private business.
Conspiracy to violate rights is a felony. It is a crime. And it's everywhere I'm calling and everywhere I'm at, it's covering for crimes. all these years.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, okay?
Well, hacking a phone is a federal charge, a felony. And police aiding and abetting that to stay out of prison, it makes them the accomplices to that felony. Now, in addition to having places violate my rights and having them take the fall for their crimes. Repeatedly over and over, year after year, state to state, location to location.